was titled, "In the Name of Your Pea-Sized Balls, I Say Unhand Me." Without further ado, let's get started. Let's get one thing very clear, especially now that the plague called Coldstone is fast spreading through my life. I am not an attention seeker. I was never an attention seeker, and I will never be an attention seeker. I'm the kind of girl who likes to blend into the crowd, so much that a chameleon would be jealous of my skills. See, my communication capabilities are terrible. I'm downright pathetic when it comes to trying to talk to someone new. Evidence of my lack of prowess in the particular department is that I only had one friend from the age of 5 to the age of 15. When she ditched me for higher calling, it took me months to find a new friend, Megan. In fact, I have to hand it to the girl for tolerating my one-word stuttered responses and the general air of awkwardness that seemed somewhat deeply integrated inside my brain. What accompanies this awkwardness is the threat to constantly humiliate myself in front of large crowds, so it's not exactly surprising that I would choose not to be seen or heard. The purpose of this explanation is to highlight how frustrating it has become for me to be constantly watched. The eyes follow me everywhere I go, be it my classes, the lunchroom, the ladies' room. They even followed me to my shift at Rusty's. It is unnerving to say the least, and most of the time I bear this unwarranted attention by reminding myself that the people are not to blame and that they were doing what humans normally do, not minding their own business. Had I been in their place, maybe I too would have started stalking the girl who seemed to be constantly accompanied by the resident bad boy. Yes, that's what I told myself. Speaking of the resident bad boy, we sat at a table in a cafeteria, and for once the table isn't the one nearest to the dustbins, which stink of rotten fruit. Cole, of all people, had threatened a group of soccer players who had scattered so fast from this very table that it was almost comical. Now, once again, the feeling of being watched is growing up to a point where it's making me paranoid that somehow I've forgotten to put clothes on this morning. "You're going to eat that?" Cole asked as he eyes my pizza slice, which I gladly pushed towards him. Cole sitting beside me, whereas Megan and Beth are sitting opposite the both of us. Megan's tray remains untouched as she ogles at Cole. Apparently, she's never been in such close proximity to, as she calls him, the Coldstone, and it's wreaking havoc on her appetite. Beth remains much more composed about the situation and is munching away on her apple, with only a hint of amusement on her face. "So do you ladies have plans for the weekend?" Cole asks, but I can sense it's more to do with the ending, the ever-present silence, and actually wanting to know if we were painting the town red in the near future. He's been sitting with the three of us for a week now, much to jargon of the popular crowd, especially Nicole. Hard as I try to ignore the death glares she keeps shooting me, I just cannot. I get it, she's mad that I've somehow got myself under the protection of the one bully who could outmean her, and she's probably suffering from going cold turkey to her addiction. It's been a whole week since I've been shoved into a locker or insulted to my face about how ugly I am. Her minions didn't even try to attack me when we happened to be in the girls' room at the same time. Call it pessimistic, but I couldn't help but feel a little frightened, thinking of the quietness on Nicole's front as the calm before the thunderstorm that was my former best friend. It appeared that no one would answer Cole's question, since expecting a reply to come out the starstruck Megan's mouth is foolish, and Beth has got her earphones in, so she's dead to the world. "We might go to the mall or something," I say right before mentally smacking myself, knowing that I've given away my possible location over the weekend. I've been hoping that the girls and I could go out and do something fun without Colt foreshadowing us. Now that seems somehow impossible. On a Saturday night, he raises an eyebrow, and I shrug. We're not exactly the partying type. He studies me for a while, and before I know what he's doing, he stands up on his seat, turns around, and hollers at someone called Jared across the cafeteria. "Hey man, you still up for the party on Saturday?" The person called Jared, a boy with blonde hair sitting at Nicole's table, a jock probably since he's wearing the jersey, yells yes, and Nicole tells him that he's in. "Awesome," he grins, and everyone at the table is immediately buzzing, discussing about said party's going to be off the chain. Did they still use that phrase? Cole sits back down on his seat and grins at me. The guy's been after me all week to throw a welcome home party. I didn't want one since, he's a tool, but you're welcome. he's trying to imply. Why would I be thinking it? So someone's throwing a party for him. Big whoop. Why should it matter to me? Always the smarter one, Megan squeals in delight and jumps in her seat before clapping her hands like an excited child watching a magic show. What? I look between the two of them, wondering what it is that I'm missing. You're still so dumb, Dizzy. Good thing you're hot now. You could always marry rich. Cole flicks my forehead and I narrow my eyes at him. You're going to a party on Saturday. We're going to a party on Saturday, he says slowly. Since I still haven't understood, he pauses before each word, like he's explaining a particularly difficult theorem to the dentist student in class. I scowl and turn in my seat so that I'm facing him. Who says I'll go? I said determinedly. He chuckles and shakes his head. So naive, Desi. Do you actually think you have a choice? Have you learned nothing from spending time with my fine self all these years? I shake my head fiercely. No, I will not. I cannot, and frankly, I should not, for the sake of my own well-being, go to this party. He turns in confusion towards Megan as I'm still mumbling incoherently under my breath, having gone into shock because of what he's just asked me today. What's she on about? He asks Megan like I'm not even there. Megan is caught off guard, not expecting Cole to directly address her, and she's at a loss for words, stuttering through random phrases as she tries to piece together an actual sentence. She, her, I mean that. Beth snorts and takes off her earphones. What she's trying to so eloquently say is that we've been banned from parties. If Nicole sees us at one, we're done for, and while I don't give a damn about our royal bitchiness, these two are too scared to actually face her. Cole looks impressed at her response as she puts the skull candy earphones in her ears and goes back to ignoring us. Though the impressed look on Cole's face is soon replaced by something I can only classify as anger as he clenches his fist. How long has she been doing this? He asked with barely restrained fury, and I'm taken aback by his reaction. Shouldn't he be happy that in his absence someone's been thoughtful enough to not let me miss him a lot by taking his place and making me just as miserable? It doesn't matter, I say, trying to calm him down. We're starting to attract attention, and the unsettling feeling in the pit of my stomach is coming back. I really wish I could be somewhere else, or that the ground would split open and swallow me whole. However, it seems like Cole's eyes are holding me captive, keeping me rooted in the spot, as they burn so fiercely into mine. He's searching for answers. I'm not sure he even knows what he even wants to know. How long, he repeats, and this time he makes it clear that I'm supposed to give him a clear answer. I slump in my seat and avoid looking at him. What's he going to do when he finds out that my life is actually a lot worse than it was when he was here? Would he pity me? Would he feel guilty for relentlessly bullying me throughout my childhood until the age of 15? For some reason, I don't want that. Maybe because one day he'd repent all the times he'd humiliated me, and it wouldn't be because I let him feel sorry for me. Like I said, it doesn't matter. I'm handling it, I say, aware that my best friends are watching me intently. Oh, are you? He says mockingly, because from what I've been seeing for a whole week, your idea of handling is letting yours stomp all over you with their giant-ass feet. I burst into giggles at the last line, surprising everyone. She does have huge feet, doesn't she? Cole grunts at my obvious changing of the topic, but he can't help but laugh. I saw her toes once up close, and they're so freakishly long, Megan adds, finally finding the courage to speak up. Cole grins at her, and she beams with pride, knowing that she made Cole Stone laugh. This doesn't mean that I've forgotten what this conversation is about, he says seriously, and we look at him like he's going to start questioning us about Nicole again. But then his face breaks into one of the most gorgeous smiles as he says, I'm taking you three to that party, and I'm going to teach you to have fun. Cole drives me home like he's been doing all week, and by now I'm a bit weary of waiting scoff. Who does he think he is ordering me around like this? I'm not cooking for you, I say as I walk behind him and see the back of his head shake slightly. And I would bet my right hand that he's smirking. He pauses on the porch and turns around. What's that, Desi? You said you won't cook for me. Well, I wonder what your dad has to say about that. He taps his chin thoughtfully, and my blood runs cold. You wouldn't. I would. So you're going to use my father to blackmail me from now on? I narrow my eyes at him and he shrugs. When life gives you lemons and all that jazz, shortcake. He chuckles and unlocks the door to my house. Wait, it is my house. Why do you have a key? I say, honestly feeling scared. Seeing something which grants him access to me at night when I'm the most defenseless is quite frightening. Your mom gave me one the other day. He grins sheepishly. She told me to make myself feel right at home. Oh God, my parents were Cold Stone fangirls. After I make Cole a darn sandwich, he takes to lounging around in my room, taking up all the space on my bed due to his tall frame. I sulk in a corner, trying to do my homework as Cole plays on his PSP. I cannot fathom why he's still around, but I'm too afraid to directly ask him to leave. I now know the hold he has over my parents, and he wouldn't hesitate a second before snitching on me. Hey, Tessie, he asks, and I look up from my notebook to find him leaning on his elbow and staring at me. It's comical watching someone as tall as him on my bed, with its hot pink bedspread and rhinestone cushions. His feet dangle off the end when he stretches. I'm worried, or rather hope, that he might fall face first on the floor. Yes, I say, pretending to look annoyed. Why don't you eat anymore? He questions. His question takes time to have the right effect. I start off by becoming confused, then shocked, and then scared. He couldn't possibly know, could he? After all, no one else has been able to pick up on it for months, and he's only been here for a week, so it's impossible. However, with the seriousness on his face, I realize that I'm in deep trouble. What do you mean? My voice comes out shaky, and I hate it because it goes against my plan of keeping him at bay regarding the issue. You know what I mean. You don't eat at school, even though you want everyone to think that you do. Whenever I eat with your family, you take a bite or two, and then leave thinking that your parents don't notice. We've been back from school for 2 hours, and you still haven't eaten a thing. Am I the only one who sees a problem here? My heart's beating faster than normal as I listen to him and think how he's hitting the nail right on the head, because each time with the assessment, I realize that he caught me when no one else is, and the amount of attention he's been paying to me is both flattering and creepy at the same time. Maybe it's because you repulse me and I can't stomach food when you're around. I bite back, but he rolls his eyes. I'm not joking, Tessa. It's a serious problem. What you're doing to yourself isn't healthy. You need to eat. He stares with a sense of authority, which is quite foreign to me. No one's told me what to do, especially when it comes to taking care of my health. My parents are too busy trying to deal with their messed up relationship, and my brother, well, he's my brother. Besides, if you don't eat, how will you become my fatty Tessie again? I have to admit, I'm suffering from withdrawals without her. I scowl and throw one of my cushions. The cushions from the couch at him, which he catches with ease of experience. Mind your own business, I say scathingly, wondering where all the woody comebacks were vacationing, or where they hid whenever Cole's around. You are my business, sweetheart. He winks at me, and I grunt in exasperation, throwing my hands up in the air. I'm a hair's width close to having a full-blown temper tantrum, all because I've been spending too much time with this incredibly frustrating boy, who's more cryptic and confusing than any Nicki Minaj song I've heard to date. You might want to tone down on the grunts, Venus, or your brother might think we're playing the kinky kind of tennis. He wiggles his eyebrows, and I give up any hope of trying to have a decent conversation with me, since he's sturdier than the underside of Travis's bed. On Friday, I'm taking out some books from my locker when I feel a presence behind, seeing as how Beth and Megan were both in their home economics class. This could only be one person who'd come stalking me. Go away, Cole. As I scraping off a piece of gum someone stuck outside my locker. Actually, I know exactly who that someone is. Real mature, Nicole. It's not Cole. I roll around fast enough to cramp my neck, but it doesn't matter. Not when it comes to Jane. He's standing before me looking somewhat hurt, yet adorable at the same time. He's wearing his baseball jersey, and the deep red in it makes him look really good. His hair still looks wet, and I know it's natural. not from the use of product. His mesmerizing eyes are a swell of color as they shift from blue to green, and I struggle to stop a sigh from escaping. He's so beautiful. Jay, I exclaim as I shoot him an apologetic smile. I wave my hand, dismissing the mistake. I'm sorry, I thought you were Cole. I get it, he says through a clenched jaw, which surprises me. He's never been like this around me, usually. And whenever Nicole's far away, he's super nice and friendly to me. I wonder what's wrong with him. Maybe that moron did something. What's wrong? He seems to have heard me the first time, so I repeat myself. Jay, what's wrong? He shakes his head, and it seems like he's finally remembered what he came to me for. I heard you're coming to Jared's party tomorrow. He doesn't sound pleased, and I try to remember if I know any Jared. Then, like a light bulb switching on inside my head, I realize that he's the jock throwing the party for Cole. The party where I'm being forced going into, not only by the delinquent, but also by my parents, who made so sweetly asked the previous night. I guess I am, I say hesitantly, and I see disapproval clear on his face. Why, Tessa? You've never come to any party before. Why now? He asks sourly, and I restrain myself from shouting that his psychotic girlfriend has made me the ultimate outsider by declaring me as a banned substance. I take a deep calming breath, and remind myself that this is Jay, and he's only doing this out of concern. Of course, it might appear strange to him that a girl like me would go to a party, and he's just checking if something's off. I want to tell him about Cole's threat and how my baby Range Rover is in danger, but he and I are not exactly BFFs, and it would be a little awkward to rant in front of him. God forbid he starts thinking of me as a bigger lunatic than I already am. I don't know, I feel like I'm missing out on an essential part of the high school experience. He frowns at me for a second, and I know it's because he wasn't expecting me to sound so sarcastic. It's particularly my fault, since every time Jay tries to talk to me, I end up sounding like my mom when she accidentally took too many painkillers after her appendix had been removed. Suffice to say, I sound like a blabbering loon. Is Cole forcing you to go? No, I laugh nervously and tug at the sleeves of my sweater. When I look up again, Jay's still there looking extremely unconvinced. I'm going to this party because I want to. There's only so much homework he can do on a Saturday night. There's a sad smile on his face as I say this, and guilt. I try understanding why he's looking so forlorn at my pathetic social life, but come up empty. He must be unaware of the many threats his girlfriend had sent my way in the past, warning me to never show up at any event I might, by some miracle, be invited to because he's still with her, and who'd want to be with someone that evil, knowing what they were really like. He opens his mouth to say something, but stops as he looks at something in his line of vision. Before I can see what or who it is, that's made him quite an arm slung across my shoulder, and then pulled into a very well-muscled side of a body. There you are, Tessie. I've been looking for you everywhere, Cole says as he ruffles my hair. I elbow him and pull away, fixing the mess he's made of my hair. He pretends to wipe away a tear or two and coos. Look at my little shortcake, finally acting like a girl. I'm so proud of you, he exclaims before pulling me into a tight hug, which cuts off the circulation to my lungs. Let go of me, you oaf. I struggle in his grasp as he hugs me tighter. In the name of your pea-sized balls, I say unhand me. I say due to some short circulating of my brain, and stomp in his foot. He gasps and pulls away, but I suspect my feeble attempt at hitting him has made little difference. My balls are not pea-sized. Whatever makes you sleep at night, I clear at him. But before he lunges at me, someone clears their throat, and I then feel the overwhelming urge to hit my head against my locker. Jay is standing there with his nostrils flaring, fists clenched, and he glares at the two of us. I've never seen him so angry, and I can't figure out why he's reacting like this. Does he have a problem with me, or is it with Cole? Don't you have a class, brother? Cole asks like he's annoyed about Jay's presence, and I feel like hitting him again for testing Jay when he's obviously in a bad mood. I swear this boy brings out the violent side of me, and it's not a good one. I do. Actually, Tess and I have the same one, so I was hoping we could walk together. He offers me a small smile, but before I can say yes, Cole answers for me. No can do. She's coming with me. I am. She is. Jay and I ask at the same time, and Cole nods at both of us. I know you didn't get to do your homework last night because of me, so I got us out of class by offering to do some stupid volunteer work in the AV room. Okay, that was he sounds so sad that I feel like giving him a hug, but the fear of Nicole keeps me rooted into the spot. Cole shrugs. We were, and now we really need to go. He steers me around so that I'm no longer facing his stepbrother, and pushes me in the direction of the Avery room. I can't help but turn around and catch one last glimpse of Jay, as he still stands at the same spot. A familiar tug at my heartstrings occurs, and the crush that I've had on him since forever rears its ugly head. He's not worth it, Cole says quietly, as he's now walking beside me. I don't have it in me to ask questions or deny my feelings for Jay. Everyone knows I like him. It's not exactly a big secret I've been pinning after him for what seems like eons. Cole gives my shoulder a little squeeze before he opens his big mouth and so appropriately consoles me. Trust you to fall for the uglier brother. I can bet he has a smaller. I slap a hand on his mouth at this point, and his voice is muffled by my fingers. Stop talking, or I'll throw up on those $300 high tops of yours. That certainly shut him up. Okay, guys, that's the end of this chapter, which means that's the end of this video. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.